Lando, Oscar's coming for you. Are your days numbered?
Welcome to the United States of Formula One. Nicky.
Cookie.
And we are round 5, Saudi Arabia, and/or the Jeddah night Cornish. What was it? How do you say
it? It was the Cornish Jeddah Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Nailed it.
Nailed
what
it.
A race. Who won, Cookie?
Right into it immediately, no delays. Piastri.
Oscar Pistorius.
He has now won 3.
3 races.
The guy's a stud. Mm-hmm. Lando's days are numbered.
I don't think
I like
so.
to be dramatic with it. You love Lando.
I love Lando, but I love Piastri. It's becoming a battle. It's becoming a battle. I'm McLaren, and I am enjoying it.
Well, we talked about this before Jeddah. We talked about it even going into the season. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen here? Are they going to let him battle? Can you have 2 number 1s on one team? How do you handle it? I personally think it's been going better than I expected.
Yeah. I don't think that Lando's making some mistakes, so it's actually not allowing them to do any battling.
Yeah.
Piastri made a mistake in Australia.
Correct.
And wasn't able for a battle, so I am looking forward to a race that they can actually battle in.
That's a great point. I think they've almost been lucky that there hasn't been that race where one's a little quicker than the other, or one's ahead in the points, and they have to make that decision, let him pass, don't let him pass. It's just been honest racing to this point, and they've been dominating, specifically your boy Oscar.
Oscar Piastris.
So, grid. Any surprises on the grid?
Max Verstappen taking the pole. To me, in that...
Huge surprise.
In that car, that, Tsunoda made it to Q3, made it to 8th, but he's taking that same car and putting it in pole position. It's just, he's the GOAT.
As much as Max has been bitching about this car, for him to now get 2 poles already this season. And I don't know if there's much complaining. Like you said, with Yuki, if Yuki can qualify 8th in a car that everyone else says is undrivable, maybe it's not as undrivable as we all think.
Yeah.
Maybe Max just likes the drama. But Mercedes there again, 3-5, Antonelli, huge surprise for me this season. I know you expected it.
Yeah, and I think the biggest surprise is the fact that Lando Norris crashes in Q3. It's like, that's his opportunity. It should have been Verstappen still could have taken the pole, but it could have been a Verstappen, Piastri, Norris. It could have been a Norris, Verstappen, Piastri, and he makes that mistake. And I think he cried a little bit about it, too. I felt bad. I cried a little bit.
I don't remember him crying about it.
Oh, that was me.
But that was you crying about your boy.
Crying about it.
Any surprise with Sainz qualifying 6th?
No, not at all. He said he needed,
Sainz, as people
Carlos
say.
Sainz. He said that he needed about 5 races. This is race 5. And he puts it into Q3. And
did it translate?
It does translate. That's why.
I say if you qualify 6th and you finish 8th, I don't know how well that translated.
You got some pretty heavy hitters behind you.
You knew Norris was going to pass him.
Yes.
Norris isn't going to stay at the bottom half of the top 10.
And even though Hamilton can't figure out his vehicle, I figured he was going to pass as well. So
I was excited to see Ferrari finally on the podium.
Yeah.
We were high on red coming into the season.
Yeah. Especially Lewis.
Well, I was very high on Leclerc because there's expectations based on how he did last year. Hamilton was kind of a wild card. I think you were hopeful that he was going to do well. I think he's been mediocre. He's getting points every week, but except for the DQ.
It's funny because you have the Ferraris, and if they're finishing, that's a bad race for Lewis Hamilton. In 7th place, that's a bad race.
I agree.
For a Ferrari.
I think it's great that Ferrari's finally on the podium. I think it's terrible that it took 5 races to get them even on the podium, and they're barely on the podium. Bronze in it.
But what about Williams? Double points. Double points for Williams. Alex Albon, I know, he's still rocking it. And, below Carlos Sainz this week.
Well, Albon's been carrying Williams, and
completely.
Sainz finally decided to join the party.
Yes.
You've been hopeful of that. I've been disappointed.
Yeah, well.
Let's get into someone that I love.
I'm
giving you love, Antonelli.
He's
been consistently in that 5, 6, 7.
And he's in a Mercedes. Don't forget, he's in a Mercedes. So
a
he should be there.
baby bull, Isaac Hajar.
Yeah.
In the points.
Rookie-wise, I would say between Behrman and Hajar, Antonelli is driving a Mercedes. So
Antonelli's the best rookie, regardless of the car he's in.
But I'm going to take it like out of the bottom 5, the rookies, I would say Isaac Hajar and Behrman, as far as that. Behrman.
Hajar is significantly above Behrman because he didn't pick a shitty team to be on.
Well, Haas is above RB, so let's not get into a fight about that.
Okay, we alluded to it. PS3.
Yes.
How do you feel about that nickname?
PS3? What are they going to say when he's PS4?
It's not going to have
PS5? It just doesn't sound.
I think.
But I like this
because it's such a cool sounding nickname. I think he needs to stop winning races for the rest of the season so he can keep it at PS3.
PS3.
Yeah.
He's gonna win some more races.
This is surprising to me. Lando has a win. No surprise. Max has a win. No surprise, even though he's struggling with the car a little.
Yeah.
Piastri to have the other 3.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, would you have guessed coming into the season that he would even have 2 victories after 5 races, let alone 3?
No, but if you go back and watch our predictions before the season even started,
yes,
I did say I said that there was a good chance that was flip-flopped Norris and Piastri.
You did, and that's probably hard for you to say, Lando being your boyfriend.
I had a feeling that this could potentially happen.
This is a good segue. So you talked about a prediction you had preseason. Yeah. Let's get into the predictions you made prior to this race. Prior to qualifying, too, we will say.
Prior to qualifying, yeah.
So you had Liam Lawson.
In the points.
You had
Carlos Sainz in the points.
It is Sainz.
Sainz.
You keep saying Sainz, I'll say Sainz.
Carlos Sainz.
Okay, so you had both those guys in the points, and you had Lando.
I had Lando, and I think he would have had a good chance if he didn't crash, but it didn't happen. So I went 1-4-3. Lando did not win the race.
Okay, so you had Lando winning. Lawson, why would you do anything positive for Lawson?
I just thought
he's terrible.
He
might not be an F1 in a week or 2.
Yeah, I think
you just said that to me at the camper the other day. You said, what's your hope?
My thought now is I think Alpine this is just speculation, just a thought. I think Alpine is going to stick with Jack Doohan. I can't understand why.
No, I can't either. He's terrible.
And you have Franco Colapinto. But with the amount of money that Red Bull has, why not buy that contract out from Franco Colapinto?
Okay.
And you hate when I say that name like that. And get him over there. And sorry, but Lawson he has done nothing.
So
5 races to do nothing.
So to clarify,
kick him out. Lawson bye-bye. Franco Colapinto with Isaac Hajar.
So Lawson promoted to Red Bull. Within a couple weeks, demoted to Baby Bulls.
Yeah.
Within 3 or 4 races after that, demoted completely.
He's had 3 races. He's crashed. He's done nothing. He got a 10-second penalty yesterday. This is
nothing.
I might be changing my mind next week, but let's get into your picks.
Okay, my picks.
Because those were awesome. They were very close.
Okay, now listen. I had Yuki in the points. I had Russell on the podium.
Yes.
And I had Max winning.
Yes.
Okay, this was pre-qualifying.
Yes, it was.
After qualifying, Max was on the pole. Yeah. That looks good. Russell qualified 3rd. That looked good. Yeah. And Yuki qualified 8th.
Yeah,
so those all looked
good.
Great.
Yeah.
I didn't know Yuki was going to be a freaking demolition derby driver in turn 5. He's out of the race. I was surprised that Russell.
He lost pace. He lost a lot of pace.
I wasn't surprised that Norris came all the way from 10th and passed him. I would expect Russell to have finished 4th. I was surprised that Leclerc got in front of Russell with as well as the Mercedes have been racing. And Verstappen, we're going to get into that. Because that penalty that he got, without that penalty on lap 1, he wins that race.
He still loses. And next. Show your 3 X's.
Anyhow, I'm trying to defend myself, but it looks pretty nasty up there.
Yeah.
Pretty nasty.
I mean, it's pre-qualifying. We've been doing pretty darn good all year. So it is what, this is a bad week for us. Honestly, a horrible week for us.
Let's get right into my first prediction with Yuki and why that went bad.
Yes.
It went poor.
Yeah.
Right there went very poorly. We're not even a third of the way into the first lap. Turn 5. Was it Yuki's fault or was it Gasly's fault?
100% Yuki's fault. He drove right into him. I mean, it was
I'm trying to find a way to defend Yuki and blame this on Gasly. But yeah, Yuki, I don't know if he'd been doing a little sipping.
A little sipsky? Yeah, a little, yeah.
Or he just wanted to call it a day early. But yeah, he spun right into Gasly. Gasly's car got mutilated. Look at that.
And he took himself, and we didn't know at first because we thought that possibly he was going to be able to, I didn't think that at all, but possibly he drove it back to the pits.
Yeah, so Gasly was immediately pinned against the wheels. He wasn't going anywhere. And then you saw as everyone went by, Yuki started to inch forward. I'm like, oh no, is he going to re-enter this race?
Thank you so much, Yuki Tsunoda, for not only wrecking yourself, but hurting Alpine and Gasly. I felt bad for him.
We've been high on Gasly and Alpine because of Gasly, and I love Yuki, but he kind of pissed me off because of that. Mm-hmm. Certainly not intentional. Yeah. But now we're looking back-to-back weeks. He's wrecking guys out. Sainz last week.
I think they need to put another inch on the phone book so that you can see a little better.
He's a whittle guy. He is horrible. A whittle guy. Okay, let's segue this into my next prediction that went wrong, which was Verstappen winning, which he did not. Finishes second to Piastri. Give me your thoughts on the penalty. Okay. Explain what happened first. Most people probably know.
So Piastri got a better start. Got to the apex, and everybody's going to argue with me, and I got the producer back there. You shake your head all you want.
Vigorously shaking his head right now.
Got to the apex before. I know they're showing pictures, but it's, and they're saying that he doesn't have to brake. I mean, if you have to brake in that corner if you're going to want to make that turn. If you want to make that turn, he did not brake at all. He basically gained that advantage, went off of the track, and was able to gain over almost a second and a half because he took a straight line back to the track. Piastri did everything he had to do to get to racing, and I know that the crash happened. It's just, he should have gave the place back immediately.
Okay.
Or the team should have known potentially there's a penalty coming. As soon as the safety car was over, I know we can't give it back during the safety car. As soon as the safety car is done, give the place back. But as soon as that safety car was done, Max was gone. And once that happened, penalty came through. And I will give you this, the FIA said that it would have been a 10-second penalty. And since it was the first lap, they deducted it down to 5 seconds. So technically, if they would have given him the 10 seconds, where does that put him? Most likely not even on the podium.
They can say whatever they want. They can say we were going to kill his mother, but since it was the first lap, we took it to 5 seconds. That's just speculation. I understand what you're saying. He went off track, and he was way off. It wasn't, like he was just tires just off the white, and he's completely off, gained a spot. My issue is it's first lap. It's turn 5. They're battling for position. The moment that he gets that position, I was thinking give the spot back. Same as you. By the time he would communicate with his team to give that spot back, they were already under a yellow because of Yuki's chaos happening behind him.
Yeah.
So now you can't. He can't give that spot back under caution.
But they can't do that. But my argument on that is the team had... Now, instead of trying to figure out if I have to do that really quick before I get a penalty, they had an entire safety car, 2-3 laps to go around to figure out, okay, maybe give it back immediately.
That would be my only thing. Was there a way that Red Bull can communicate through the radios to the FIA during the caution to say, hey, moment where caution is over, we're going to give Piastri that spot back. We can't now because there's no... Can you do that right after the caution's over?
The FIA would have known that. And they would have known that, and he said, give the position back. They would have known beforehand. That's why they took about 15 more seconds when the race went back to green to issue the penalty.
So you think they were giving him that time? You think after the yellow, caution's up, back to racing, you think the FIA was giving Red Bull...
I think they were giving him that time to give him that...
15 seconds to give that spot back. Had they done it, they wouldn't have penalized him?
No, they wouldn't have. So
that is interesting. I disagree, but it's an interesting take. And I think, now I'm not a huge Max fan. I'm a fan of how much of a stud he is.
Yeah.
But I think the way it went down seemed a little odd. And I just think 5 seconds of standing there in that box waiting to touch the car was enough to kill his chances. And I think, but here's my problem. You're saying Piastri would have won regardless.
I think he would have.
So
we're live on TikTok, so I'm communicating.
No, that's fine.
People.
I love that. Let's argue about something that we probably agree on in relation to Max Verstappen.
Driver of the day?
Did he deserve Driver of the Day? Voted on by the fans. Did he deserve this?
Well, he started first, ended second, got a 5-second penalty. It's the get rid of the driver of the day at this point because it's been 5 straight weeks of nonsense.
How do you lose a spot? Start on the pole, lose a spot, and get voted driver of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Hamilton got it in a ridiculous situation. Yuki got it in Japan when it was ridiculous. I think who's the driver of the day? It's pretty obvious to me.
Lando Norris?
Yeah, and I know you're going to say because you love him. I can't say Hulkenberg because that's insane.
It's because he went from 10th to
4th.
Now, another thing about Max, did you see when he was on the podium? He didn't even cheer with anyone. He just took his bottle and just started drinking it.
Oh, really?
Didn't
I didn't
squirt
see
anybody,
that at all.
Didn't talk in the cool-off room. And then when he was interviewed, he basically said, "Oh, well, I'm going to get in trouble if I say anything, so I'm just not going to talk about it." Next. So
I get his frustration.
He's frustrated, and he's had a lot of bad calls. But I will say this about Max is he's never taken responsibility for these ever. So whether you think he's wrong, you can't say that the FIA on every single penalty that they've given Max has been wrong.
Yeah.
And he's never been accountable
You
for
sound
one.
like a dad right now.
Sorry.
Never once on any of his punishments has
I mean, come
ever
on.
accepted responsibility or accountability. I love it, though. I love hearing him talk like a dad. It's like the first time ever.
Yeah. He'll have it. I'm growing up.
You should have seen him on Saturday at his wife's birthday party. He's not grown up.
This is second. Her wife's birthday was 2 weeks ago. I mean, this is just a day.
You have to understand women, though, that it's a birthday month. It's weeks. My birthday is, I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Regardless, done with the Max drama. Driver of the day is stupid. Stop even voting on it. Let's bring back the fastest lap point instead. Let's get back to that. Who's your points leader? Oh. That's pretty obvious. 5 weeks in, if you've won 3 of the 5 races, you're probably leading in the points.
Aussie fella.
Aussie fella. You know what's so sad? Is the one race he would have wanted to win.
Australia?
He scrambled just to get back in the points after spinning out.
And he did. He got back in the points.
If he would have finished on the podium there, he'd be slaughtering everyone.
Well, fun fact on Piastri, first Australian since Mark Webber, about 15 years ago. You know what Mark Webber does right now?
Shine shoes?
He is Oscar's manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's got to feel good for both of them.
Oh, yeah. So he's like the first. So at any point during the season to be the points leader, he's the first Aussie since then. That's a fun little factoid you pulled out there.
Just throwing you little nuggies.
That. So Piastri's up 10 on Norris.
Crazy.
Verstappen nipping.
Yeah.
It's going to constantly be nipping. He's always going to be there. And Russell, I was hoping he'd finish 3rd or 4th. He would have really kept that tighter. Now, it's still a 4-man race, but it's really becoming a 3.5. Russell just keep grinding out those 3rd, 4th places.
Yeah, I would say Russell's right there.
Does Mercedes have any upgrade opportunities? I mean, there's just no chance for him to gain points on them. He can kind of stay with them, but there's going to be no opportunity that he can gain 26 points to catch Piastri.
No, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a 3-man battle, and it's going to be exciting.
I think it's kind of what we predicted from the beginning. I mean, we were hoping that Ferrari would have a little bit more to say in this.
I put Leclerc to win the whole thing.
Well,
that was dumb.
He did finally get on the podium, and that double DQ by them a few weeks back didn't help.
Still early. We got 19 races left.
What about him?
Who cares about that guy?
Him? He's in 10th. Does he have a chance to do anything?
That was an accident because of the rain. He didn't. Anyway, who cares? Lance, who cares? Stroll.
Antonelli in 6th still holding strong?
Yeah, good for a rookie.
That's after 5 races, not just one fluke race. He's just been grinding through.
I just want to see him one time finish. I think a win for him is finish above Russell one race.
Yeah.
So that would be huge for him.
Maybe not even a podium, but if he finishes 4th and Russell's 5th, that would be solid.
Yeah.
Team standings. These are going to be pretty obvious. If your drivers are 1 and 2, where do you think your team is?
1 and 2? 3 and 4?
Say number 1 by a lot.
Yeah.
188 to Mercedes at 111. What's the point spread there?
A lot.
How far back are they?
A lot of
77 points back.
Oh, all I had to do was just take 2 8s and drop 2 1s. 77.
He could have done it.
Yeah.
And
I'm not good on the fly.
Team Verstappen holding strong.
89, yeah.
We said it was back to Red Bull because Yuki got some points last week, but I think we're back to Team Verstappen battling all alone against the M&M boys.
Yeah.
Any other surprises there?
Williams, because of their double points finish, actually take over Haas, which is, I mean, I'm still high on Haas, still high on Williams. We need racing bulls. This is why Liam Lawson needs to go bye-bye, because he's not helping them at all. And
do you think Colombito is going to help?
Hopefully. They need to do something. I need them to pass Aston Martin. That'd be fantastic. And because of Yuki, they basically screwed Alpine out of getting any points. So they could potentially pass RB this week.
That's true. I'm surprised it took Williams this long to get up into fifth. I think with Sainz, I think you expected, and as well as Albon's been racing. But now they're where they belong. And like you said, I think Aston Martin's stuck at 10 points in 7th place. 8th does not seem... Could they finish 9th?
Who?
Aston Martin?
I think they could, and I hope they do. I hope that...
I mean, that is an embarrassment.
If we can get like a crazy rain race and get Hulkenberg to like finish in 6th, 5th, 4th...
In Australia, yeah.
We could possibly have Kick Sauber above Aston Martin. They don't care about their car at all. They're working on next year.
Gets ahead of Aston Martin.
The world's going to end.
We're throwing a party, first of all. And it's just going to be us stomping on Lance Stroll's face.
I'll never go to Waffle
Let's get
House
into
again.
some other drama.
Okay.
And tell me if I'm reading into this too deep. Look at this photo. Mm-hmm. Obviously, just a little celebration. You got the team. You got McLaren. You got Oscar. Mm-hmm. P1. What's weird about this photo?
I think you're going to say that Lando's there?
Lando's in it. Now, if Lando had finished 2nd or 3rd, I don't find that peculiar. But he wasn't on the podium. Is it peculiar to you that you'd have a teammate posing by his winning teammate and he didn't even finish on the podium?
I don't hate it. I don't find a problem with it because I think that it's like a team. It's a team thing. You know, you're on. Oscar did get P1. Lando got P4, but it's a team thing. I think you're there to support your team. So I don't find it weird.
So do you think this is legit team unity and they actually get along even though they're the best 2 racers in Formula One right now? Or do you think this is kind of a show, a little bit of a shell game?
They're going to be good friends. They work together. They do everything together because they're teammates.
But a lot of teammates hate each other.
They do hate each other. On the track, they're going to hate each other. Lando is not going to want, they're not going to want each other to crash or anything like that, don't get me wrong. But they want to be ahead of their teammate no matter what.
Okay, I get it. What do you think Zach Brown feels about this whole situation?
This is what I'm excited about because I think we were worried. He's like, battle. Go and battle. Race each other. He just wants them to battle, and
He's
I love
been
it.
saying that since the preseason. Mm-hmm. But it's easy to say then because he doesn't know how it's going to shake out. Now that we're getting 5 races in and his boys are 1-2,
Yep.
his team is way ahead, do you think he means that? Do you think he actually means continue to battle, best racer, win the race? Or do you think he's starting in the back of his head to say Piastri's won 3 of these? He's the faster car. Norris, take your back seat and do what you should do.
Here's what I think is going to happen. If you got 1-2, whether it's 1-2 on the McLarens, Piastri, Norris, they're going to race each other. Now, if Norris keeps making mistakes and Verstappen takes a hold of that 2nd position,
okay,
and he starts catching up with Piastri or Norris, then I think that the rules come into now. You need to have your leading drive. If you're fighting for the championship, at that point, yes. But if you got 2 drivers fighting for the championship, you just got to let them box it out.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
It all depends on where Max is.
It's almost like your 2nd driver is a buffer between 3rd, but if Max slipped into 2nd, then it's, hey, we need to make sure we stay 1st and Max doesn't go from 3rd to 1st. And granted, we're still going to win the Constructors at that point, but we've blown our chance
to win
and having one of our racers be the champion.
Yep.
I get it. I like it. I believe it for now. I don't know that that's how all of McLaren feels. There's probably some Norris fans. There's probably more Piastri fans. I don't know.
I love it.
I love that they're letting him race, and I hope that they mean it, and I hope they keep doing it.
19 races to go, so and I'm looking forward to 1-2 and having them battle actually, because that hasn't happened yet, and I want to see that, and that's gonna tell you a lot.
Yeah. Can we take just a subtle pause on all this drama with McLaren and Verstappen and Stroll and how big of an idiot he is, and just look at some beauty?
Hold on. I have a wife, but man, that's a beautiful man.
Okay, and I appreciate you saying that, but understand, done called dibs on that one.
I know.
Okay?
Well.
Okay. That, for as shitty of a team as he's on, and as ugly as those colors are, he can really pull it off.
He is.
Not a lot of guys can pull off lime green like that.
He's going to pull off red next year. I'm going to be excited. Red and black.
You think he's going to be on Ferrari?
No, he's going to be on Audi. It's going to be red and black, though.
Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. I forgot they were red and black as well. I just wanted to end the show on a positive note, slow my heart rate down a little bit.
Join us next week. We'll do our pre-race show predictions for Miami because we're coming to the United States.
We're coming to the States. We got 1 week off, and then we are in Miami. We know a couple people that are going to be at that race.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Super pumped. Excited to get back to our side of the water. Excited? Well, we will see you next week. Love you.
Follow us on YouTube at the United States of F1, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at United States F1. Copyright Brugman Media Limited 2025.